purpose of our memo is to inform Dr. Sutton about the San Diego State University Library Collection Development Policy. We're conducting this review to make sure that the policy they have in place meets all the criterion that we've been studying in our class readings. One of the interesting things about this library that caught our attention was the wonderful website, which led us to evaluate the policy.
San Diego State University Library has a collection development policy that is easy to find from their website. The policy is 17 pages long and was updated this year. Two sections which we had hoped to find in the collection development policy were actually located in other places on the library website. The library's mission statement and an outline of their current initiatives helps to provide context for the collection development policy. The tone of the policy indicates that the collection is currently not growing and not reducing in size due to the changing philosophy and budget constraints.
The collection development policy was developed to support the community and clientele the library serves. San Diego State University is the third largest university in a 23-member California State University system. The primary clientele are the faculty, staff, and students of San Diego State University. It has a student body of more than 35,000, and the university offers 84 bachelor degrees, 76 master's degrees, and 16 research and professional doctorate degrees.
The library uses interlibrary loan and electronic resources for most of their patron requests and provides a permanent physical home to only a select few unique materials.
The San Diego State University Library is a member of the California Preservation Program. The California Preservation Program provides information, education, and expert assistance on preservation of collections to libraries, archives, historical societies, history museums, and record repositories in California. The only reference to preservation in the collection development policy was what the library actually does to preserve information, that is, converting print material to a digital format, for instance. The university itself has a comprehensive disaster preparedness manual and website. There are two working documents, the emergency booklet and the emergency operations plan, as well as an emergency preparedness website. An area for improvement that we identified in the policy is including a reference to the preservation policy and where it can be located. Preservation and disaster preparedness information. So many policies that we looked at include this information embedded within the collection development policy. Because of how large of a network SDSU is within the California system, it might be impossible for them to actually do that. So the disaster plan also is not included or referenced in the policy. So we also felt like an area for improvement would be to put an easy way to locate this information. Now, we do recognize the fact that this is a large university, but it should at least have a line item helping people locate it if needed.
The SDSU Library Collection Development Policy definitely covers the three elements from the conspectus model. And I would say it also covers all 11 elements from the Shaw model. It doesn't quite cover everything from the list in the Johnson textbook, but that list, I think, kind of covers everything a collection development policy could cover. Items from the Johnson list that are not covered in SDSU's policy are budgeting and funding, resource sharing agreements, copyright, intellectual freedom, challenges, policy revisions, and appendixes. These omissions might be explained by the explanation Shaw gives of the purpose of a collection development policy. On page 167, Shaw states that libraries may wish to have two versions of their collection development policy, a full version for staff and an abridged version for users. The interesting thing about these three sources is they really show different points of view on how to develop a collection development policy. The conspectus model would be a really good tool for comparing different institutions because it's easier to compare those quantitative values than a narrative description. One of the issues that they did a really great job addressing, even though it's sort of an intangible issue is the idea of the changing nature of university libraries and how they're moving away from that preservation model towards an access model. Two things that I noticed that I thought were interesting to note as omissions were a statement about the budgeting and funding, and also subject profiles. In conclusion, we thought the policy was really well written and addressed a lot of immediate concerns for the library staff, and we think it would work well as a functional document that people can consult for answers to their questions. We did definitely identify some areas that could use improvement, but we also realized as we were doing this project that there probably isn't any collection development policy that could cover every possible topic.